welcome to today's episode of Rawkode Live. I am your host, Rawkode. Today, we're doing something a little different. We're going to do some live debugging of production-ish Kubernetes clusters that have been broken by some Kubernetes community members. Now, I'm not going to do this alone. I am joined by Walid Shaari, a very active Kubernetes community member, regarded all-around awesome dude. Hey, how is it going?
Thank you. Hi, David. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very excited for today's, I'm going to call it a mission. I think this is going to be a very interesting episode, and I hope we can, through the process of what we're going to do today, share some of our knowledge and the way that we work with everybody, and everyone will be a little bit more familiar with Kubernetes.
I'm hopeful to do so also. I mean, it's I don't know what I have put myself into, but yes, that's the one.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely got some concerns. Let's set the scene, right? We've got two Kubernetes clusters. They're both deployed with the Kluster API project on Equinix Metal. They're highly available control planes with 3 worker nodes each. I've thrown on some sample workloads onto them, a WordPress blog and MySQL database. And I was silly enough to say, hey, who wants a kube configs for this, and is happy to break them for them. And we had 2 people we had more than 2 people, but we're going to do 2 today. So the first 2 clusters were broken courtesy of Dan Finneran, who is also a colleague of mine at Equinix Metal, and Lee Briggs, a developer and developer advocate for Pulumi. Now, I don't really know anything, which is, I think, what has us both slightly worried. We don't know if the API server is going to respond. We don't know if they mess with the workloads. We don't know if they mess. We don't know anything. Let's just simplify it. We don't know anything about these clusters. So I guess what we need to do is just get our screen shared and then run some basic health checks and see what happens.
Yes. So we need to, like day one on the job, discover what the clusters are, what's working, what's not working, get to know the clusters and see if there is any apparent errors. Just assess the situation first. And then I'm going to use my favorite strategy from a Bridge documentary, a Bridge IT documentary. It's called the IT Crowd. So they have a principle. Their first principle is turn it off and turn it on again. Did you turn it off? So that's the principle that I usually do in troubleshooting.
Well, we'll certainly give it a shot. And just I don't know if it makes matters worse or better, but we have a comment from Dan, who's watching along with us today. So, yeah, if we need hints, we will definitely request it.
I'm not watching the YouTube, but yes.
Okay, so let's see. I have my screen shared and ready. We've got the Kubernetes documentation. Walid and I certainly do not know everything, nor do we remember everything that we learned at one point in time. So we will be leveraging the documentation where we need. We also have the IP addresses of all the nodes, so we do have SSH access, and hopefully we have kube control access, but we will see that in a moment. For anyone not familiar, Walid has an amazing set of resources on his GitHub profile, so that is Walid Shaari, the username. Really helpful for anyone looking to take their CKA, CKAD, or CKS exams. And I have an SED cheat sheet because I can never remember how to work SED. So, step 1. We have a kube config for cluster 1 here. This one is the cluster broken by Lee. So, first things first, should we run a get nodes? Is that?
Yes, please. Can you run cluster info first? Let's see the API. Okay, anything. Yeah, let's see if the API is responding. Yeah, that's good at least.
That is good.
That's good. The network is working. Okay, we can tell that the CNI is working because all the nodes are ready. And we can tell the API is responding because it responded to our kube control command. So we can assume the controller is okay. Can we do get vods minus capital A to see? Oh, we have.
I've ran our get component statuses, and we can see the scheduler and the control manager.
The scheduler. Okay, control manager. Okay.
But I'm really happy that etcd is happy.
Okay. So what we can do, we can check the manifests for the scheduler and the controller manager on the master node. In that case, we have 3 master nodes. So
Do you want to see the outputs of get pods all namespaces first? Just
minus capital A, yes,
yeah.
please. Most likely we'll see bending. Do we see bending?
Oh.
Can we grep for bending?
Yeah, sure.
Strange. I mean, if the scheduler is so basically these will run. So nothing. Okay. Can you schedule? Can you run an Nginx image? Can you run a kube control run bod? Run Nginx image Nginx, yeah. Dash dash.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's see. Container. Oh. So how? So basically, maybe maybe not all the schedulers are down, because we just need one scheduler to be up.
Well, I would expect the image to have pulled a little faster than that. Let's give it a few more seconds and see if we actually get a running container, but it doesn't.
If you do, can you do kube control describe on the Nginx? Because we will see that it was scheduled. So successfully assigned, you see? So it was assigned to a node. That means that the scheduler was working. So maybe not all the schedulers are down. We can go so it's helpful if you have a parallel sh command like bdsh or Ansible or whatever. But let's go the traditional way, one node at a time.
Okay, so let's kind of talk about what's your hypothesis? Do you have anything right now, or are we still just kind of looking around? What are you thinking here?
Okay, let's do. If you do kube control minus in the namespace kube system, and get pods, yes. And let's grab for sched. So I see.
Yeah, we have 3 schedulers here. Do you want to get the logs?
So they are running, correct?
It looks like it, yeah.
Let me check. So everything is running. Schedule a cluster, yeah.
Let's check out the logs of one of these.
Okay, good. Successfully required these, yeah. So there was a leader election done. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay, interesting, yes. Can you do again the kube control cluster info? So control plane is running, kube DNS is fine. Okay, now do the component again. Get component status. So get, it's doing, so the unhealthy connection refused. So if you look at the address, yeah, it's a local loopback address.
Yeah, so this is the probes on the scheduler. Should we take a look at them?
Yes.
So if we just do a get pods, describe pods, let's pop open the scheduler. Oh, I can't scroll in Tmux. Let's use a pager.
Yes. Okay, I want to check if there is a reason or anything. State started, yeah, ready through. That's fine. This one, it looks fine.
The ports are different.
Liveness.
The ports on this is 102.59, 102.59, whereas our error message was 10. Let me run that get CS again. 102.52 and 102.51. I wonder if the probes have changed on one of the schedulers. Maybe we should check them all.
Let's be open-minded. And let's check the API server. What's the configuration for the control manager? At what port it's listening to?
Sorry, can you say that again?
So our source of truth for ports numbers will be the API, the kube API. Correct. So if we check the manifest for the kube API to see what ports configured for the controller manager.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah. So you want to describe?
I want.
Or do you want to go on the nodes, right?
Oh, I want to go to one of the master nodes. Yes.
All right. Let's grab this IP address then. So we can do a SSH. And these should be deployed through a static manifest. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Which means we have
So
them all in
ls
this
minus
order.
l. Yeah. Can we vim or the Kube API server? Okay, you did
You want the
the
API server?
controller.
No, it's all
Okay.
right. In fact, this is the future, right? You can type on my machine.
Yes.
There you go.
Oopsie,
I'll
okay.
just chill back a little bit. You've got this.
Okay, I don't see anything related to the controller. Secure port. Okay, actually it's the other way around. So it is 10257. This is the liveness probe. Okay.
So I've got a question, right? Like we run a get pods on the kube system namespace, and what we see is 3 schedulers that appear to be healthy. 1 controller manager that appears to be healthy. However, component statuses is saying it's unhealthy. Now, how are we getting this disconnect here? Do we know what could cause that?
It could be the health checks are the wrong ones. Yeah. So basically it is listening on a different port, but the health checks are doing a different port. 102. Sorry, 2. So okay. So now
I saw a
let's
roll
do.
course there.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's
do
all
I have
good.
a cube control? Minus n cube system.
You'll need
No.
to. Yeah, we're not going to have access to that on the node. You'll need to use the admin kube config. The admin.conf is a kube config. Yeah, or just dropped into my machine.
Okay. Grab. Okay, and grab controller, and we need the kube system namespace.
Yeah, it's already there. It's at the start. You're good.
Okay. Okay, let's describe one of them.
Yeah. A K exists. You're all good.
Okay.
It just auto expands.
Okay, good.
And I'll copy and paste that controller manager for you if you want.
I'm not used to this.
Yeah, I could do it, right? We want to do a describe.
Describe, yes. And not the kube scheduler, no, kube control or manager, okay. And what was it? Control plane, and then MG, let's say. Okay, we have to do less. What happened?
Oh. Hold on, let me fix it. There you go.
Are we typing together? Okay, let's see. Can we see the boards? Can you go less? Okay. So, you see port and host port, there is none. I don't think this is normal. Let me. Do you want to go to the other cluster and use it as a check? Okay, to see what's the baseline. I don't think this is normal to have the port as none. Which container is this? Yeah, this is the controller manager. It should be listening on 10.250, is it? Okay, why is it saying none? Okay.
Okay, so let's. I think I understand what you're suggesting here. So let's make sure we make this clear for the people that are.
So we are missing maybe a configuration. Yes, I'm thinking. Are we missing a configuration?
Yes, so when we do a get pods and everything looks healthy, this is because the liveness probes on the controller manager and the scheduler are using local IP addresses 127.0.0.1 and a port which will work, right? However, get component statuses was reporting that our controller manager and our scheduler are unhealthy. Now, the component statuses checks aren't going to use the 127.0.0.1 address, they're going to use the cluster address for it. What Walid has noticed is that when we take a look at the description of this, is that there is no port or host port defined on
Yes.
this pod, which means that that cluster address would not work, and component states would think that things are unwell. So, I think that's a good lead.
But it did. But the controller manager. Okay, because we did the pod. Maybe we should try a replica set, and or deployment. But before we're doing this, let's try with the traditional tools. Let's do netstat -tulbn. And check.
You'll want to be on the machine, right?
We are not anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, we can just do
Control R.
Oh.
Racing conditions we had.
There you go.
Let's say not stat -tulbn to listen to TCP UDP and port numbers as numbers and grab control. Okay, it's listening on 10.257, which is correct as in the health check.
Yep. Okay, so I think you're right. Why don't we let's assume that our second cluster doesn't have this problem. We want to be able to correlate what we think our hypothesis is to confirm it. So,
but are we causing us problems? This looks healthy. We managed to run a bot.
We didn't manage to run a bot.
Did we?
No.
I thought they did. Container creating. Okay, so container creating. Okay, can we run events again against it? So basically the scheduler did work. And okay. Failed create what sandbox, kubelet combined from similar, failed to create what sandbox. Failed to set up network for for sandbox. Unable to connect to Cilium daemon. Okay, so it looks like can we do again? So here it's saying that our CNI is Cilium. Can we do?
How did we miss that?
I don't know. I didn't miss it.
Because we did a get A.
Yeah. So can we look at the daemon set that is responsible for that? Can
yes.
Just daemon set -A, capital A.
Cilium namespace.
Is it Cilium or Cube system? Yeah, it is Cilium.
Yeah.
Okay, so none of them is ready. Okay. Okay, none of them is ready.
No, I think we're going to have to get the logs of one of these Ciliums and see if we can see any error messages. So
yes, let's describe first. I usually, when there is a crash, loop back off, I do the logs because it's usually the application. But the describe, there is a reason. And sometimes this reason is quite good enough. Can you repeat again with less? Or grab for capital reason, capital R reason? Yes. So just saying crash loop back off. Okay, let's do the logs then. Let's do the logs with the previous logs, so to see what the error was. Minus P for previous. Yeah. Detected, mounted, valid label, prefix. RHCA requires IP table rules. So Cilium can use, Cilium uses BBF, correct?
it can do, yes.
So is the config for Cilium cluster? Okay, this is.
Let's see.
You're going fast.
So I'm just looking for anything that looks like an error message. So. Okay, so that is the first error message. So we got a
Where is
warning.
it?
We have a warning with BPF, and then we have a L7 proxy that requires IP table rules. Install IP table rules. Are we just missing
Detected
one parameter?
uh, proxy requires IP table rules. So it's telling us it requires a certain IP table rules. Okay. Let's use the bridge documentary for this one. Let's do the IP tables minus capital L. But the problem with IP tables, we'll see lots of stuff. Let's try.
What is the problem here? I don't know if it's IP tables on the host or Cilium is telling us that it doesn't have access to the BPF config stuff, and now it's trying to use IP tables, but it doesn't have the flag on the template, right? Is that what it's saying?
Yes.
So if we do an edit ds Cilium, and let's just jump down to all these parameters that we pass into the pod.
Man, that's too fast.
Yeah, sorry. I'll get to the bit we need. Where's args?
It most likely it is in a config map.
Ah, of course.
Or secret, but most likely it's a config map. Okay, in Cilium space, can you do get all?
Yeah.
I haven't used Cilium before, but I think, yes. Okay, let's see what we have.
Always use our error. So let's try that CM again. Yeah, there we go. It helps if you spell it right.
Oh, you need -n? You did -n, correct?
Oh, but I didn't do
bod, yes. Oh, CM, sorry.
Yes, I think we can just add, oh no, it's here. Oh.
Install IP table rules.
Oh, wait.
What happens if I don't want to use IP, because it says enable IP version 4 on top. But what happens if I want to use eBPF? Install IP table rule false. Yeah, try this one also. Well, why is it both? So it's a duplicate.
Yeah, but I think there's a typo and then there's a false.
But which one is correct? Because you have rule and rules. Well, now, time to hit the manuals. Time to hit the man pages or the documents.
Well, the logs told us. So if we go to the bottom of this log, rules, plural. So
okay,
let's restart. Let's boot our Cilium pods and see if they get happy.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're here.
I'm glad that you're here. We'll deal with this together. So I'm just restarting. Sorry.
But that's a realistic. That's one of the realistic problems in Linux and Unix and Kubernetes in general is typos. Most of the problems is us doing a typo in a configuration map or somewhere.
Yeah, the difficulty here is I don't know if Lee has broken our BPF configuration, and fixing it by enabling IP tables is still a valid way to fix it, but we may not be fixing the real issue. But if our cluster's happy, that's a win on our books. Cilium namespace. So
you must specify the resource. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I won't type.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
K and Cilium get pods.
Okay.
Let's do a get CS and see if that fixes.
Healthy. If you do, the thing is, when we did kget nodes, everything was ready, so there was communication between the nodes.
That pod now scheduled, so maybe component statuses is just a little behind. We're going to have to wait for the check to catch up, but we may have fixed this. We were able to schedule our pod. Let's see if our application is still running. And we maybe should have done that from the start. But
so
port forward, SVC, WordPress, AT.
So the fastest way to check, that your cluster is working is basically you run a workload, and running a pod is the simplest workload to have. I would say deployment will exercise the replica set controller. So let's create a deployment.
We have one here. That's WordPress application. as our sample workload, which is running just fine. We never checked it earlier.
But but the thing, if it was running before, nothing would happen.
Okay.
Unless you delete the pods, okay, if you want to try. So you don't need to create a new deployment. Just delete the pods for the WordPress. So
okay. All right. Okay, let me close that. So get pods.
So the controller manager is several controllers. One of them is for nodes controller. One is for the replica set, among other and daemons and stuff like this. And they are registered. So I don't think we have a problem with the controller manager anymore.
I am still worried about this get component.
But the port was not 10252, was it? The port was I thought the port had 7 when we did netstat.
Yeah, this might be a red herring. This does say that this was deprecated in 119. This cluster is 119, but maybe this just doesn't work. Maybe it just doesn't report healthy here. We can check. Why don't we? I'm happy that our workload is running. We fixed the Cilium problem. Cilium started working. I don't think we have any pods that are not running.
Yes. So let's do, okay. Yeah.
Let's move on to cluster 2, and then we'll see if the get component statuses fails there. And if it does, we'll consider that just a 119 thing. And let's see if we can tackle the next problem. And then if we need to, we'll come back and take a look at the other problem on this.
Can you do, just for my peace of mind, can you do kube control get events and grep for, okay, let's see, kube, just get events. It's like, okay, and grep minus v normal. V only. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I just added the I for case insensitive. But
touch error volume. Volume is already used. Okay, so it failed to set up network sandbox. This was 4 minutes. Network sandbox.
I think
so probably
it's fine.
But it's running, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, I mean, if I do get nodes, and if I do get bots minus A, and if I do cluster info,
we have a working cluster as far as I'm concerned.
And if you run like deployment and you expose the service, let's expose the service.
There's no ingress configured on this cluster.
Just as a service, as a cluster IP. Expose Nginx.
Oh, I can't remember the full thing.
The server does not have resource. Expose SVC / Nginx.
But I have to tell what to expose.
No, actually, bot. We don't have a service
pod.
yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nginx.
By default, I think it's cluster. Yeah. It's clever enough to figure out the board, isn't it? Okay, good. Get service. Can you do get endpoints for this service? Get EB endpoints.
Well, I just described the service.
Okay, that's better even.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have endpoints. So networking seems to be fine, at least at the internal cluster level. And creating a pod, and the scheduler is running, the ABI is running. I think, who broke this cluster?
Lee Briggs, who is in Seattle, so will not be available just now to confirm anything for us. However, he will send a pull request to the Klustered repository to tell us what he broke. So hopefully we fixed it. If not, I think we did pretty well there. So will we move on? Do you want the good news or the bad news? So Dan's left us a comment.
We are having fun. There is no bad news.
I fear I've opted for a less nuanced approach and gone full sledgehammer on the cluster. Well, I always knew you were the wild card, Dan, so that's all right.
So Daniel is the one who broke this cluster?
He is. He broke cluster.
Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate.
So let's.
I just wanted to be realistic so that we can, so we can actually learn something out of it. Okay, let's try.
Yeah,
Oh
I
man,
knew
timeout.
that was going to happen.
Can you use -v? But it looks like. Okay, can you do kube control config? I want to view. Okay, can we curl the address? Yeah, 6443 /ABI or
Yeah,
-LV. I love -LV. So basically, it looks like we don't have an ABI server.
all right, let's get on this node then.
Okay.
Clustered to, there's a lot of projects here. Cluster, oh, right.
The only issues I had with ABI servers in production was from the load balancer. That the load balancer was set one time as a layer 7 load balancer, not network load balancer. And another time, basically during the installation, this was OpenShift. So OpenShift starts as a cluster ABI. You have a node that is a management node. And they forgot to include this management node as part of the backends.
We have no
But other,
SSH.
we don't have SSH.
No, we're going to have to go in the back door. So,
Uh,
fortunately, Equinix
but we
Mail has an out-of-band console, so that's going to take us over the private link.
On a standard board, he said. Okay. On a standard board.
I guess we could port scan it, or I could just go in the back door. So,
does he mean non-standard, or he means a standard board?
this machine's also been up for more than 24 hours, so I don't have a root password to actually log in here. So we've got two options. How do I quit?
Turn it off.
I thought control square bracket was my get out of here.
Yes, in general, yes.
All right, let's just
control square bracket dot. Control square bracket dot usually.
Yeah. How do I open a new tab on Tmux?
Control B, C.
Right, okay, let's just use this. So, should we port scan this machine and see if we get anything?
Okay, go ahead. And map, and do you think, let's just the normal range. Or do you think he's creative?
I have no idea. No idea what he's done. Oh, it's blocking ICM. Oh.
You can try nmap -SU, S capital U. So we'll do it. You're requested to scan, which requires, you need sudo for that. Also the first one probably.
I don't like you today, Dan.
So this is scanning UDB. There is another one, SSB, I think, that basically doesn't send the first sync packet. It starts with sending the second.
I've got an idea. He may have done this in all of the control plane nodes, but I bet he hasn't done it on the worker nodes. I don't know if he's that evil. So why don't we just try sneaking in through?
You have a trust between them?
No, I'll have to forward my SSH agent if I can remember how to do that. But I want to see if I can even get on one of these nodes. No, he has done it on all of them. Of course he did.
Okay.
Okay.
Non-standard. Okay, he's saying non-standard. Let me just a second.
I mean, I would pick 6666. No.
I would pick 2020, 2121. But we can scan using.
Okay, I'm going to take one of the non-important nodes and reboot them into a rescue operating system so that we can get on it and poke around the disk. You okay with that?
Just a second. Let's try. Anyway,
I'll just. This is just a worker node, right? So I'm going to let that do that thing.
You are in the worker.
I'll
Are
do
you
that
in the worker node?
background. No. I'm rebooting a worker node into a a RAM-based operating system, so we can get on and poke around. So while that does that, we can try a few other things this way. So do you want to try that nmap again? He says we are so close with those port numbers.
20. Not SU, SS.
2. I don't know if he's been nice to us here.
21 usually. Or 22, yeah. Oh, what happened to 22? There is an nmap scanner.
Let's see if this is in its rescue OS yet. No, it'll take a couple of minutes. Okay, so he has just obfuscated the port 22. Doesn't seem to work, but he seems to suggest
No, you mentioned try 666.
Am I just using the wrong IP? Ah. Right, we're on a node.
Okay, which node is that?
We're on a
control plane.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is it? 22, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Can we do what is it? Docker or cryo or what kind of?
Containerd.
Can you do containerd? Okay. Can you do cry control bots? Can we do? Can we do system control and see that containerd is running? System D status containerd. You did the whole stuff. Containerd, yeah. Okay, active running, which is good. And okay, can we see the kubelet? No, can we check the again with the system with yeah.
Failed.
Loaded. Okay, enabled. And activating auto restart. So basically it's trying to restart and it could not restart.
Certificates. Of course it is.
Oh man, I told you there would be certificates. Okay, can we check the configuration directory? Varlib, what is that? Does it say certificate?
Yep, we're here.
Certificate. Kubelet client current VM. Loading. Okay.
Actually, it looks like the certs were okay, right? I don't actually see an error message in the journal vlog there.
Can you highlight it? Can you highlight the error message that you saw?
No, there isn't one. I seen certs and got worried. So
okay, run journal control -x. Run journal control -u kubelet.
Do you want to type? Sorry, I missed that.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that.
So
you'll need to add a no pager. Fun.
We reached there. It was up for 24 hours, huh? Okay, kubelet service failed with exit code. Oh, I need. What was the exit? No pager, did we? Exit code dot main process.
I want to see if our API server is okay.
It will not be okay because basically the kubelet is the one that starts it. So basically,
the kubelet is running.
No, it's not running. It's restarting. If you look at if you do the system control status, so basically there is an error in the configuration file, most likely. If you look at the activating auto restart, this is your key. Yeah. So it means and 6 seconds. It keeps restarting it, but it hits the same problem. And this is one good thing about system D, that it will go forever. It will until the problem is fixed, hopefully.
There you
so
go.
This
you
is
heard it
again,
there, everybody. The one good thing about system D.
Yes, it's the IT crowd principle in action. Restart it until it's over.
So we take a look at the kubelet static manifest?
Yeah. No, not. It's in the varlib.
Oh, yeah.
You see it, varlib kubelet. No, varlib kubelet. ls config.yaml. Okay. Now, cluster DNS, cluster local. One thing we can do, we can grab the config from the other one and try here. But
did we actually see an error message here?
There is an error message, but I'm not sure.
Let's see if we can.
I couldn't find the code. What code was it? It says failed. Okay, another way, we can look at the...
Wow, that's a lot of...
Yes. There is a log file also, I mean, other than Jordan control, where we can do grab against friction hard has been deprecated. Here, we need to remove this flag.
I don't think that would stop the kubelet starting, would it?
Let's see. What does it say? The parameter should be set by the config flag. Let's see these flags are there or not.
He says it's right in front of us, so we're looking right at it.
Failed result, exit code, main process. Yeah, it's always right in front of us. Mains. Main process exited here.
Okay, so let's see if that flag is here.
Eviction. Okay, can you comment this out? Or make a copy of the file?
That's not the same one though, right? Grep. Eviction. Yeah, that's not the same one.
Eviction hard has been deprecated. This, okay, maybe, okay. Let's find where is the kubelet grep config.yaml on this one.
What does this message mean? CPU
can you do, where? Sorry?
We've got a C grips per clause enabled, but C grip root was not specified using slash.
Can you highlight it?
Yeah, and we've got the swap error too.
Swap error. If this is a kube admin cluster?
Yeah, we should just turn swap off, right?
Yes, if it's kube admin, it should be off.
What do we have as swap off?
So -A, I guess.
Let's see if that restarts our kubelet.
But I want to see the system control. I just want to see if the configuration file is in a different place than normal. So you see here.
The kubelet's running.
Oh, okay. So just swap. Man, that's really silly, no? We complicated it.
I think we were going down a rabbit hole there. Okay, so let's
see. The second principle is keep it simple. Think and don't jump to conclusions straight away.
All right, let's see if we got our API server at least now.
So what does he say? Okay. Please disable swap. Who's that? Oh, I mean.
All right, so our API server is still broken, so we're getting back on the node.
Okay. No. Can you go and check if the bots are running now?
Check if what's running?
Can we see on the master node? Can we see the kubelet has started the bots? Okay. Can we do docker bs? There is no docker, so basically try control bs. Oh, there is no. Okay. Can we restart the container D? system. Good, good, good. Can we check the status of the container D? It should show that.
Looks all right.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So above the container. Okay.
API
Good, good, good.
server's been running.
Can you try control BS? So basically, try control BS will show us the container images. I mean, the bot is running, the process. So can you do kube control status, the container D? Let's see again. Yeah, status, container D, good. Okay, so active running, and basically looks good. Can we do Jordan control minus U? Jordan control minus U and container D, and no pager, and maybe follow minus F also. So you want to try from the other tab on Tmux to check the kube control? It should work now.
It doesn't. But
it doesn't.
He did joke about IP table rules at the start, so yeah. But if
yeah, the problem with IP rules is that they are too much. Kube firewall, anywhere.
So we got. Yeah, we've got this. Huh.
Which one?
Nothing yet. Still looking.
It's you did delay 5 minutes. Startup.
I hate IP tables. Let's.
Okay, let's. Okay. So, is it IB system control? And let's check if firewall D is on. What kind of system is it? Status?
Ubuntu, so it's UFW.
Okay.
And we've got all the rules here. We can see the allow rule for port 2222. Let's just go through the list. Let's see. Drop.
Okay, let's try to find the.
Should we just add a rule to just allow that?
No, I want to check 6443. Can you do /6443? Okay, well, yeah, I shouldn't actually.
I don't think we'll have a rule to allow that. I'm assuming we've got some very heavy-handed dropping going on here. So why don't we just add a rule to allow that port and then see?
But why cry? Okay, can we do strace against cry control? Strace.
Where'd our API server go? That was running a minute ago.
So somebody is asking, Daniel is saying disable UFW. Is UFW like on top of IP tables? I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, so we're looking at the rules for it right now, and I could disable it, but I thought that would be a bit heavy-handed too. I figured we could just allow the port, but sure, why not? Since we are, I mean, I guess we don't need to fix this gracefully. We can, we just need to fix it. But I still don't see an API server and our PS output, which was there a few minutes ago.
Can you check the status of the kubelet, maybe?
Yeah, it's happy.
It is happy. Cry control bots, still bad.
Yeah, there's something wrong with that.
Cry control BS. Can we do a trace against it? See where it's stuck. Oh, you don't have a trace.
We can fix that. Something I know how to do. There we go.
Okay.
So it's trying to do.
Futex open no such file directory. Use that. Failed to connect. Failed to connect. So still we have some network issue. Contact the. Okay. You mentioned etcd, correct?
Yeah, but container
So
D wouldn't use etcd, right?
Why not?
Because it doesn't use etcd. I mean, if we were the Kubernetes does, but container D doesn't.
Yeah. But here, this error message is usually you see it on failed connect context deadline exceeded. I see it on etcd when the certificates are wrong, but I might be wrong in this case.
Okay, let's take a look at container D. So the system file is in lib system D system then container D. That's useless. Okay.
I would look at the logs first. Okay, returns content. It looks like the containers D is doing its job. It's creating containers.
Yep.
Do you have Docker client here?
No, we can install it though.
No, you don't need to install it. I mean, cry control should be doing the job for.
Is that a WW?
Okay. So we know that cry control cannot talk, and usually it talks to a socket. Ls. So.
This is a hard one, Dan. Thanks a lot.
Hmm?
I said this is a hard one, Dan. Thanks a lot. It's bugging me that when I grabbed for API server previously, it was showing. And now it's not. I'm not getting past that. Like, hold on. Let's try. Let's restart our kubelet. System. Something's not right here. I mean, many things are probably not right here, but something specifically here is not right.
Okay.
Why are these manifests not starting? Do we have etcd? Right, okay, we do. Do we have controller? We don't have a controller manager. And so we have a scheduler. So there's something wrong with the API server and controller manager manifests here.
Okay. And so basically,
Dan's just
etc Kubernetes manifest.
Oh, you
okay, let's. So any of these started?
He suggested we look at the kubelet again.
So the kubelet has a configuration where it looks where the manifests are, and it's under etc. If you go cd, let me go.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see system. The system kubelet ls and this one. Okay, now here, so environment kubelet kubeconfig args bootstrap etc kubernetes bootstrap kubelet.conf kubelet config.yaml.
So is it not
Oh,
configured to have static manifests? Should we get the docs up on this one?
yes.
Let's get
Let
the
me check
docs.
another cluster. Let me check another cluster.
Yeah, there's a pod manifest faff that's not being passed via kubelet args.
You can check the other cluster, by the way.
Let's just add it to this. Kubernetes manifest. Let's do
No, it's not manifest. So
was it not? Yeah, Kubernetes manifests.
The environment file basically.
No, am I wrong?
What did he do? I didn't see.
So in this file, I added a flag to our kubelet to say pod manifest path is /etc/kubernetes/manifests.
And it's
Make sure the kubelet's actually got that.
okay.
That's a pain in the ass to read that.
No, you have Kube API server up.
Oh, I do
You
now,
see?
as of 10 seconds ago. Okay, cool. No.
Can you? But it died. Okay, we can look at the logs, by the way. So the logs. Let's do this. Just a second. Can you give me control?
Yeah, take it.
Okay, cat kubelet, Kube API server.
So now the API server is struggling to speak.
Audit 10, mutating, admission
Please.
controller.
Yeah, it can't reach etcd.
Endpoint, var scheme endpoint, var scheme endpoint, CC resolve wrapper, 2379. Yeah, this looks like an etcd thing.
Yeah.
The context exceeded.
The port number is wrong. That's why 2379 versus 2381. So
okay,
we can fix that, right? By going to
the manifest again, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, find endpoint. Yeah, that's it. No, you didn't fix it. Did you fix it?
Yeah.
You're very quick, man. No, it's still 2381. It should be.
It was 2379 and then I changed it to 2381 because when I did a grep on etcd, the port was 2381. It's here.
Oh, no, but when you did the grep on etcd, just a second. This is somebody is running. Where is it?
Yeah, so etcd is on port 2381.
So this is part of which process?
etcd, no?
Oh, yeah. Okay. ls. So maybe you should fix it from here.
Well, which is the real etcd port?
It is here, initial cluster, 2379 and 2380. Here it's 2379.
He just went on a port random thing and started messing up ports.
So this is for the beers, initial cluster, 2379, 2379, 238. Here, this one, listen metrics. Oh, this is metrics. Listen beer, 2380. And liveness probe.
Okay, so let me fix the API server again. Sorry. Because I've then, okay, so you're saying I've changed that the wrong way around, which makes sense. So
what was it before you changed it?
2379. So let's put it back to that. Did you make a change in the etcd one? Did you change anything here?
No, I didn't.
All right. Let's check this kubelet thing again.
Bootstrap kubeconfig, kubeconfig, bod manifest, etc. Kubernetes manifest, correct. Config var libconfig YAML, container runtime, run container D, container sock, eviction, hard memory.
Yeah, looks all right. Our API
I want to
server.
check this one.
It has to be the API server.
Hmm?
It has to be the API server.
Can we check the socket? Yeah, it is there. So why cry control BS is not working? Mhm.
Hold on.
Can you look
If
at
we
the
have less than
manifest?
62 gig of memory available, we're going to start evicting stuff.
Oh,
That doesn't seem right.
can we check the?
Yeah, let's
Want
try.
to check the kubelet
Where was
config?
that kubelet thing again? Do you want to jump back into that? I can't remember where that was. The kubelet
Oh,
one.
okay. It's under its system kubelet, and there is two, by the way. There is the unit, which is in a different place,
Yeah.
and this is the override for the unit.
So do we have the? No, there's no eviction here, is there? No. So maybe we need to go to the. So it's either in this flags file or it might be in the unit file.
The journal control will show us that. Okay,
Yeah.
can you go again? The vim can description, documentation, all after. You're really fast, man.
Sorry, I know I really need to slow down. So it's not in the unit file. It wasn't in the kubeadm flags. It wasn't in the config that you found. So where else is it getting
Bootstrap
flags from?
kubeconfig. Let's see. Can we check the bootstrap this file?
Yeah. Oh. No.
There is no file bootstrap. So, do we need this file?
So he's passing a he's passing a flag to the kubelet.
But do we need this file, the bootstrap?
No, I don't think we do. I think where was the can you go back to that other kubeadm config you had, please?
This one? No.
No.
Which one? We are in current directory kubelet.
I could have just done cd dash, probably that would have worked. Do cd dash.
Where are we? Yes. Strange. Why I don't see it?
Yeah, hold on. Can I type?
Yeah. Okay, yes.
Yeah, this default kubelet.
Eviction, that's it. You found it. Remove it all, comment it all.
Sorry, I'm just reading it and laughing. All right, let's do daemon reload, restart. No, that's so the API server was running. It was disappearing. I'm glad I didn't make that up when I was doing that PS. So now we want to test the API server again.
Okay.
All back on the node.
No, he didn't.
We definitely have an API server now, so I'm going to test it with the admin conf. Okay, so let's confirm that this is the API server is running on 6443. How many problems did you put in this thing, Dan? Really?
Secure board 6443, secure board 0, correct.
And we've got, is that IP?
And you can check using SS also.
Yeah, go for it.
Oops. The API server is not up. Is not.
Is it down again?
Well, did you restart it?
Yeah, it was running.
Yeah.
Search for API.
Okay, API server. Okay, advertise address. Is this the correct address?
Let's check. Let's not rule anything out. 75,180. And we've got an elastic IP on the bond of 8045. What was the netstat output? Sorry, the PS output. Yeah. Oh, it's down again.
It's gone. Let's check the logs. Log containers, Kubernetes, API. Okay, we need the last log. So we need the last log.
You want me to copy and paste all that? Oh, what happened?
The other section.
Okay,
I think it's in my. Let's queue. Yeah, cluster 002. Tap. Okay, V18.
Is it D?
$32 log, yeah, 32 or 33. Let's do 33. Context deadline exceeded again. Schema. Edit, loaded, again, loaded bar schema endpoint. CC resolver. Can we check 2379? Yeah, endpoint. Context. So
it's trying to speak to etcd on a local.
Yes, the thing is, my problem is.
Yeah, we've not even
my problem. I want to know why this is not working. I want to know why cry control is not working. Should I?
So we have two big problems right now. One, the API server keeps rebooting because it can't speak to etcd, and we have no way to interact with the containerd process at the moment.
Yes. So if cry control is working, I will actually use etcd control from the etcd container to check etcd health. Because this looks like etcd is not responding on time.
We could try nsenter and jump into the etcd namespace. What process number is it? 7553. What? Is that rebooting as well? Oh. Let's see if we can catch it before it goes away. So we want... Is it even still there? Yeah.
HTTP, advertise client, 2379, server cert, client, cert authentication, data directory.
I'm going to grab my NCT cheat sheet. Where is it?
No, it looks fine. I went through the manifest and it looks server key, client.
I think he said earlier SCD wasn't touched. Yeah, the problem isn't SCD, so...
Okay, can I do... You have HTTP control here.
You can type.
Just want to check.
No, we have to install it.
Yeah.
That's why I was going to try and do it in a center into its namespaces so that we could just pretend we're in it even though we're not.
I want to check why cry control is not working.
Because Dan hates us.
Okay, I'm trying to check which file it opens. Failed to connect. So it's okay.
Dan's given us a hint, of course. The NCD cluster won't be healthy because of the firewall probably on all the control plane nodes, so we'd probably have to disable it on them all.
Oh yes, because we did only in one node. Yes. Okay.
Thanks,
yes,
Dan.
yes.
That's...
So you have to log into each node then. That's why it's useful to have a parallel SH like PDSH.
Yeah, I wonder if he added the default things to them all. Of course he did. And this one. So I'm not sure what failure scenario Dan had in his head here. I'm assuming our config management was so messed up that we rolled out this change to everything.
Okay.
And stop UFW. And then just because I want to know. Maybe I need to just tickle things a little bit here. Just encourage it, and we'll do that for the previous node as well. I'm not sure if it actually reloads the default params or if they get cached, so. Okay. Alright, let's just jump back onto node 1 and see if we can see what's happening. Okay, where are we? API server. No. So SSD might just need a minute, I guess.
Just a second, system. I want to check if he played with other network stuff. -A grep forward. Sys controls. What?
IPv4.IP_forward.
That's no, it's okay. So I didn't play with that one.
Then asked, did we
147.
disable the firewall on the other nodes? I just did the control plane nodes. I didn't think I would need to do the worker nodes. Feel free to correct me.
You don't need to do the worker nodes, because basically what we wanted is the quorum for HCD. So HCD is like every now and then they will check who's the leader. Also, the scheduler and the basically they will do like a leadership election.
Let me just confirm. Oh, good tip there from a different
so
Daniel.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So I bet you I need to start it. Nope.
You can do IB tables flush and then restart the kubelet. So IB tables minus capital F.
Yep, already done. Let's get the other one done. So we disable flush restart. And back onto our first control plane node.
Can you do cry control BS? Because I think this is what was stopping my cry control from. Okay, IB tables minus flush. Good.
Yep.
Restart. So. Cube.
Typing
yeah,
pressure.
Even I love the kubelet. Yes. No. Do we need to restart also the container D? No.
Here, I'll restart the whole thing if I need to. Like you said, just turn it off and on again.
Yeah. I don't know why is that.
All right. Well, we have an API server. I'm going to try. Well, it didn't reject it.
Right, host.
Do we still have an API server? No.
Okay. Okay, let's go back one step.
Right, well, we have 10 minutes left, so let's... Ugh, Dan, I really hate you. He turned on swap and all the nodes, of course he did. Right.
So you disabled swap and all the nodes, correct?
No, I just disabled one node. I'm a cowboy. So that means swap off Smalley, isn't it? Restart kubelet. And third node. Okay, swap off. That's a good thing for me to remember for future episodes of this, is that people are cruel and will break all the nodes and not just one of them. Dan is cruel. Okay, let's jump back onto the first node. We'll try a couple more things and then we'll just ask Dan to... Maybe we'll just get this working before we wrap up for today. So let's see what happens with... No. Let's try get nodes. No, we're still broken. Do we have an API server? No. So maybe SCD's just not got a quorum yet, which would mean the API server wouldn't be able to start.
Okay,
right?
okay.
We should be able to check the API server logs to see for a different error, I guess.
So the etcd logs are in the same place. Varlib containers, etcd there. So if I cannot get to the container, at least I can get its logs. Okay.
Var log container, right?
Yes.
etcd.
No, it would be just this is scheduler. Let's grab etcd.
Yeah, don't know why it's not auto-completing.
Yeah, so let's get one of these. Let's, for example, this one. Did we get the right one?
I hope so. Oh, sorry. You type.
Okay. No such file.
Yeah, I think it's only pasted half of it. Well, thanks for
Oh,
that
yes.
vote of confidence, Dan. He thinks we've fixed it. And the other Daniel Llewellyn has said that we may have just overwritten that ROG file.
We might have what?
Overwritten that log.
Maybe. But there are two of them.
Okay, why don't we just do cat etcd star?
Okay.
Let's see if that works. There. Health okay?
So CD is not an issue. There was indicating a symlink. Yeah.
But
We
that's
saw
only,
that then.
that's only been healthy for 30 seconds. So why don't we test get nodes? Okay. So we just had to wait for etcd to be happy.
Settle. Okay, can we try bots? Okay. Can we do that? Okay. That's good. Cluster. Crash loop back off. The control manager.
Alright.
Node affinity. Don't tell me he did the node affinity also. Do you want to check the node affinity or do you want to check the control manager? Control manager, I think, is the best.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have one,
I
none
think
of them. I never used -f for logs. What is my, -f follow? Okay, yeah. I would do for a crash loop, I would usually do the previous because the previous will show, will terminate in an error if there is an error. But also I would love the describe first, just to check the reason. And if you grab for reason, reason crash loop back off. Very helpful indeed. Okay.
Okay, so what do we got? I think I might just need restarted.
Quota monitor. Quota monitor. Restarted resource quota. There is a resource quota. Can you check OC? Okay, OC. Cube control get quota. Good. On the cube system. There is no resources. Okay, how about network policies? Netball. Okay, he's not that evil.
Yeah, hold on. Let's find a real error here.
But it says I saw some quota messages.
Error starting node IPAM failed to mark CIDR 192.168.0.0/24 IDX occupied.
1323.
Dan thinks these are red herrings. He says it's not him.
Okay, delete the mods and let's see.
Yeah.
It looks like control manager. Is one of them running? One of them is no. but it's not ready. It's running, but it's not ready. And we have bending. Why is it bending? Can we check why is it bending? 2 seconds. Cube control. I'm saying describe. Nope. Okay.
You're a terrible person, Dan. Terrible person.
Container image. Okay. Already present on machine. Changed to be killed and recreated. Cube control. Get. Rep controller.
So let's jump onto the first node.
The first.
Oh.
Updated node allocation. Warning. Invalid disk capacity. This was 6 minutes. Can you do cube control describe node, this node? Cluster, yeah. And allocated resources. I don't, okay, CD memory. Can you go up? Let's do less. Okay. Conditions, network unavailable. Memory is good. Disk pressure false. Disk BID pressure. Ready. So what's capacity CPU? 48. So why did I get this disk issue there? Okay. You have a metric server? Why does it say this capacity is wrong? Okay, let's run a kube control events and grep for warning. Or yeah, kube get events.
Yep.
Okay, why does it say invalid disk capacity? This was 15 minutes ago, 8 minutes ago. And it's all in cluster 2. Maybe they forgot cluster 2. You didn't remove the eviction and stuff.
I thought it
Invalid capacity.
did.
On image file system. On image file system. Yeah, or 2 over.
Yeah, gone.
He said the CIDR range to localhost.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Interesting, huh?
Where'd the controller manager go?
Try again. Oh, if you did, you need to restart the kubelet if you change the network, because you need to restart all pods. So basically, restarting the kubelet will be actually restarting the node will be the easiest, but restarting the kubelet might.
Yeah, we got a controller manager.
He said he did it on the first control plane. So the problem with network settings, all bots will have the wrong settings, so you have to basically restart them all. When basically restarting the container runtime will get you the same effect. Actually, restarting the node would be better. You're laughing, yeah?
Oh, you're funny. I think our cluster's healthy now, right?
I'm not going to use it. I'll stay away from this kind of clusters.
So we fixed.
Running.
I bet.
You can help it. Oh, you have
I'm
Ceph
assuming
also.
he's probably did that same change on the other nodes, right? Oh no, I got the cluster cider wrong.
192, was it?
Well, I thought our cluster cider was 192.168.0.0/16.
Let's see.
But maybe it's actually 172.0.0.0/16. Because our pod cider, yeah, our pod cider would be.
Yes, yes, yes.
How are you doing for time? Will we wrap this up?
Oh, I guess so.
Thanks, Dan. It was fun, at least.
So, what do you think? How realistic was it? So the UFW, I think it could be realistic. I saw it. I saw basically someone is going to install something on a node, and this is the problem if you have fat nodes, Ubuntu, Red Hat, or something like this, not like container operating systems, like Flatcar or Fedora CoreOS or something like this. So they do an update, or they want to install an extra software to test or something like this, and they will add another rule, and they forget that this is like a different node and it's specific, especially in test cluster. This will never happen in production. No, I don't think this will happen in production. Hopefully not, Daniel.
Well, that wasn't the only problem we had. So we had the firewall. We then had the weird eviction rules set on the kubelet. No idea how those got there.
Yes.
We got the 4 or 15 terabyte files in the root partition and the root file system. There was the cluster cider tweaks across the controller.
The swap could happen. The swap, I saw this happen. The swap, yes, for the kube admin cluster, that's definitely is happening. I mean, for managed cluster for on-premise turnkey clusters like OpenShift or Rancher, I don't need to play with the manifest. I don't need to play with the configurations of the API and the scheduler. And the cider, I only need it in the beginning of the installations.
Well, I think we had some fun. That was really interesting. I think even just the way that. Hopefully the way that we work with the tools, looking at the different components, the logs, systemd, where configuration lives, I hope a lot of people find this useful and it helps them debug their own Kubernetes clusters in the future. Thank you to Lee and to Dan for their Terrifier clusters. Hopefully we fixed Lee's. I'll speak to him afterwards. And I'll be back next week with 2 more broken clusters. Not
thank
from
you,
Dan.
David.
Dan will not be back. Sorry, mate. You're out. Walid, thank you for taking some time out of your day, joining me today, sharing your knowledge. It was great just to see your thought process and how we work with Kubernetes. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yes, that's fine.
Bye.
Bye.